Cat's over here acting crazy. What are you doing? What's wrong? What's wrong? What up, Jay? Alex, Eddie, Sid, Cheezel, bow hunting. Christian Russell, I haven't seen you here in a while. T. Davis, let's go. TPC, Robert, Andrea, Yoda. Well, I love college football. I love college football. Shout out to Florida State for putting an ass whipping on the Crimson Tide one time. Shout out to Law Tide too. I just saw he went live and ate his crow, and I feel his pain, man. I feel his pain. Drinking time and Pete, yeah, let's go. Boy, I ate so much cheese dip today, I probably won't shit for a week. Shout out to me, yeah, shout out to you for being a member for 50 months. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, y'all know the deal. YouTube really cares even if I don't. 2 top 10 teams fall on the road today. Texas goes down, and now Alabama goes down. Kalen Boer's gonna, yeah, they're already ready to fire him. Look, if they go 8-4 or 7-5 or whatever, he won't be there next year. What's up, Hamp Redmond? Boy, I can't wait for this game. I've been waiting 8 months for this game. Clemson and LSU. This should be a good one. I think this would be a good one in the Valley. Rec Talk, pay Pete. Dion does not know what he's doing. Yeah, pay Pete. Yeah, I won $150 on that game last night. Pro Potato. Let's start the season. Let's go Tigers. What's up, James? Yeah, let's go. I'm fired up. I am fired up. I'm glad that Clemson is playing at night because I love night games in the Valley. But waiting all day for it is a whole different thing, you know. Robert, you can go ahead and post a link to that if you want. I'm just drinking beer right now. I got some Dos Equis in the refrigerator right over there. Shout out to Publix for having the Dos Equis buy one get one. So I got me 2 12 packs for like $12 or something. You know. But the game of the night is coming on right now. What's the other game we should watch? There's not really any other games worth mentioning on right now, but we can watch something else. I got 2 TVs in here, so. Pete drinking cut water? No. Drinking on some Mick Ultra Cactus Lime. That's actually not bad. I have had that before. It's not bad. It's not bad. Boy, Arch Manning looked like complete shit. Now, I think it was unfair the way they hyped up Arch Manning, you know, Heisman favorite and all this. Watching Texas play today, that offense, as a Clemson guy, that reminded me eerily of Cade Klubnik's first year as a starter in 2023. They just couldn't do anything right. Arch Manning looked like he was a deer in headlights. I think Texas is in for a long season. Now, I'm not saying Arch Manning's crap. I think Arch Manning's going to be just fine. But I think they put too much pressure on that young man way too early. Way too early. I mean, look, man, Ohio State, they won the game. I wasn't super impressed with their offense either. Defensively, Ohio State looks legit. But Ohio State's offense didn't really show me nothing today that made me that impressed. Steve Sarkisian and James Franklin 2.0. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. What's up, Mitch? Look out for what? What am I looking out for? Police here? What am I looking out for? Alabama down bad. What's up, I think I just saw him in there. Yeah, what's up, Vandy Dandy? I got a bet with Vandy Dandy tonight for $100, straight up. No points, nothing. He's got LSU, I got Clemson. As far as my bets today, I'm 500. I'm 2-2, so I'm even money right now. I got that bet with Vandy Dandy on Clemson and LSU, and actually, I think I have another bet on baseball. I got the Yankees over. I got the Yankees over. I need the Yankees game to go over 8.5 runs. Nobody's throwing at an Ohio State defensive back. Well, they threw at him a lot, just didn't work. So a lot of people are throwing at him, it just didn't work. What's up, Jeremy? Leonard's in the house. Now, the Clemson game, they said, is coming on at 7:30, which is right now at 7:31 to be exact. But the kickoff isn't for another 22 minutes. I'm waiting for them to show. They're going to show the whole deal with, the Clemson players get in the bus, ride around the stadium, run down the hill, that whole deal. So, but I did see some pictures from some friends that are in Clemson today, and that place, I haven't seen it that packed since I was there in 2015 when we played Notre Dame. So it's going to be rocking in there tonight. It's going to be rocking. Ohio State's offense is a joke. Yeah, I wasn't impressed at all by Ohio State's offense. Neither Texas or Ohio State. And that was one of the bets that I lost. I was dumb enough to take the over in that game. I guess I'm guilty of buying into the Arch Manning hype myself. I knew that Ohio State had Jeremiah Smith. I knew that Texas had Arch Manning. So I figured they would score at least 50 points, but obviously I was wrong about that. That was just a defensive game all around. Did y'all see before the game? Brian Kelly is such a fucking clown, man. Brian Kelly is an absolute... I can't stand him. His players are out there in the warm-ups wearing jerseys that say 1-0 on them. And they're like, oh, Pete, that's just, one game at a time. I have never... Dabo Swinney's been the head coach at Clemson for almost 18 years. I have never seen Clemson wearing 1-0 sweatshirts in a warm-up on the road week 1 against a top 5 ranked team. That's just silly. What's up, Ultra Magadog? Joe the Pilot is here. Clemson by 17. I hope you're right, buddy. What's up, Daniel Barry? Brian Kelly has a drinking problem. I'd have a drinking problem too if I was him. If I sent some kid up in a tower to die, I'd probably have a drinking problem. Hell, I do have a drinking problem. I didn't even kill anybody. What's up, Mitch? Ryan's here. What's up, Ryan? I'll be streaming the Notre Dame game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Y'all come join me for that too. I got 3 straight nights of streaming games. Tonight, prime time tomorrow night, and then of course, the game I wouldn't miss for the world outside of Clemson and LSU, the debut. Hold on, where are we? I gotta give this. Yeah, here we go. The debut. The debut of the Fighting Bill Belichick's and his girlfriend against TCU. I'll be doing that Monday night at 8 o'clock. So, 3 straight nights. Roll the Dice says $50 says the Tigers win. I'll bet you $1 million the Tigers win. Is Lincoln Riley on the hot seat? If he doesn't have a good year this year, he is, yeah. And he should be, too. They gave that guy a king's ransom. They even bought him some house in Malibu worth like $10 million just to get him to come there from Oklahoma. So, yeah, he's definitely on the hot seat if they don't do good this year. Texas losing helps Clemson if we win tonight. Well, any top 10 team loses helps Clemson. But Clemson's got to win tonight. That's the thing. Clemson has to win tonight. I just want to see Brian Kelly's face turn bright red. What's up, True Seminole? Hey, I won 2 bets on that Florida State game. Right before the game started, I bet Florida State plus. They were, I think it was 14.5 point underdog, so I took the points. I didn't bet them to win, but I took the points. I won that bet. Obviously, they won the game. And I also took the over, and I hit that too. Traveling Fools, ACC. Boy, the SEC homers are down real bad right now. SEC homers are down real bad. 2 of their top 10 teams lost. Damn. This is going to be a good game, but Klubnik is more talented quarterback if he gets going. Look, Garrett Nussmeier is the real deal. He's an NFL player. I have nothing but good things to say about Garrett Nussmeier and the weapons they got. They got a good running game. They got a good offensive line. They've got weapons on the outside. I mean, LSU's loaded. But the only issue I have with LSU compared to Clemson is that they brought in more transfers, Power 4 transfers. Now, I guess you got to specify that, not just more transfers. I mean, Colorado probably brought in more overall transfers, but more Power 4 level transfers than any other school in the country. So there's a lot of new faces on LSU's team. Clemson's team is loaded, and they've been playing with each other for years. This is the most experienced team in all of college football as far as starters go. So I'll give Clemson, obviously I'll give Clemson the edge there, and I'll give the home field advantage to Clemson as well. I mean, look, we saw two top 10 matchup. Well, Ohio State and Texas was a top 10 matchup, but home field advantage, I think, played a part there. And then if you just look at this Florida State game in Alabama, I think Florida State had a home field advantage there. Home field advantage does matter. That's why these neutral site games are absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. What's up, Mr. Brown? LSU simply loses every week 1. Yeah, Brian Kelly has not won a week 1 opener yet. And I think a couple of times he's had a better team and still lost. And this will probably be the best team he's played. But Clemson has not done great in the last few years in home openers either against ranked teams either. So, do you think Florida State was just good or Bama that bad? I think it's kind of a combination of both. I'll give Florida State their credit. They came to play. If I were an Alabama fan, I'd have some serious concerns about that defense. Boy, oh boy. Now, Alabama offensively over the years, even under Nick Saban, they've had some years where, they've had dominant run games and dominant offensive line play and just mediocre quarterback play and still managed to win national titles. But their defense was always elite. Like the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Defensively, Alabama's got major problems. I can't put that all on Ty Simpson. That was a big hill to climb for Ty Simpson today. He didn't. It wasn't really. He didn't play well, but the defense didn't help him out at all. Castellanos is out there looking like Patrick Mahomes. SEC down bad. What's up, Stingray? I'll give credit to Florida State. And look, I don't really care. I'm not a Florida State fan. But I do want the teams that are on Clemson's schedule in the ACC to be good when we play them. It's not fun playing Florida State when they're down bad. It's not fun playing Georgia Tech when they're down bad. On and on and on. So I'm glad that Florida State won the game just for that reason alone. They were the better coached team, which is saying a lot. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's true. Yeah, it's one thing to talk crap like Castellanos did a couple of months ago in the offseason when he was like, Nick Saban's not there to save them anymore. I don't think they're going to be able to stop me. And everyone came down on him, including me. I was like, hey, man, don't poke the bear. But the reality is, he was right. Nick Saban wasn't there to save them, and they couldn't stop him. So, if you're going to talk all that stuff, you better back it up, and he absolutely did. He absolutely did. South Carolina, did they lose? They play tomorrow. South Carolina plays tomorrow against Virginia Tech. My prediction on that game is I think South Carolina's going to beat the shit out of them, honestly. I think that game comes on at 3:30. What's up, LW? B. Bean, John Serrain, Ty Simpson ain't him. Got to give Ty Simpson some time, man. I mean, Castellanos has played a lot of football. He's not a spring chicken. He's a veteran player in college football. So Ty Simpson, he got thrown to the wolves tonight. How did your winnings go Wednesday night in Cherokee? Well, they went like this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Eventually, down. Eventually down. But I had a good time, though. I wasn't down that bad. It wasn't terrible. But I definitely didn't win money when I was there. If I would have quit earlier, I would have won. But I didn't. What's up? Hey, Raj is here. Raj.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself. Bunch of goddamn Wuhan fucking whatever. Bend over and suck my fucking nuts. I'll give you the goat.
What's up, Raj? Love you, buddy. I saw Georgia won big today against a nobody. I didn't see what the final score of that game was. Walking off sports. Baylor man's here. A rough loss for Baylor yesterday. I watched a little bit of that game. But yeah, rough loss for Baylor against Auburn. Auburn's not, I don't know, man. I'm not sold on Auburn. They won the game, but they didn't look good to me, especially defensively. Stubbed my pinky toe. How was my off season? It was long. It was too long. I guess it was as long as everybody else's was. It just seemed longer for me. What's up, Wilkie? All right, come on. Let's get this thing going, man. Let's get this thing going. Come here, Gato. Come here. Get off my flag. Get off my flag. I'm going to have to drag you out here. Look at it. Look at it. She tried to take refuge on my flag. Come on, man. Let's go. What's up? I don't even know how to say your name. F55SU. Kyle's here. Riz chat. Dave Aranda's overrated. Can Clemson stop the forward motioning of the running back? Well, that's a good question. That's what got our boy fired, was not being able to stop the run. So yeah, we're gonna find out tonight. LSU's got a good running attack. I don't think anybody truly knows about each team until they play. Yeah, well, this is why the preseason rankings and the preseason Heisman odds and all is really kind of a joke. We saw that play out today with Alabama and Texas. You got to see people play. And, you know, I'm confident in my Tigers tonight, but I still got to be able to see them actually be able to stop a legitimate run attack before I, give them the crown. So I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. We're going to find out quick, fast, and in a hurry. Hopefully, within the next 5 or 10 minutes, we'll have somewhat of an idea if they can stop the run or not. But LSU's in for a rude awakening. I'm not saying Clemson's going to blow them out, but they're in for a rude awakening. Here we go. Stadium packed. It looks like it's about 95% orange. You can tell the difference because the LSU fans are wearing purple and the Clemson fans are wearing orange tonight. Dabo Swinney asked if the fans wear orange. So people on watching TV weren't confused whether or not it was Clemson or LSU. There is no confusion here. This is mostly Clemson people here, and it should be. It's at home. FSU sucks. Well, if FSU sucks, Bama's down real bad. I mean, they're in a bad way. What's up, McDermott? I can't remember seeing Alabama be this down bad. I mean, I've never seen them in the past 15 years be that soft on defense. Please, Lord, no turnovers. Yeah, well, we can't do like Georgia Tech did last night. Shout out to Georgia Tech, taking care of business against the Fighting Deons. 3 turnovers in the first quarter and still found a way to win and cover. And cover. They won and covered. Here we go. It's a beautiful night in Clemson, South Carolina. Right around 70 degrees at kickoff. No rain. And they're about, they got the flyover going on. There we go, a couple of F-18s flying over. Let's go! Champions cover, yeah. Most exciting 25 seconds of football is what they call it. So they'll get on the bus. There's Adam Randall, number 8. That is the key to this game. That's really the only unknown as far as Clemson's offense goes, is the running back situation. I mean, we got 4 dudes who can play, but none of them have played. I mean, that's the problem. Adam Randall spends 3 years at wide receiver. Can't catch the ball, but once he gets the ball in his hands, he can run, so they convert him to running back, and it looks like he's going to be the main running back tonight. But you got a bunch of other guys, too. You got true freshman David Gideon. You got Eazy-E, who was, I think Eazy-E was a 5-star. He's a sophomore. So you got Keith Adams. We got a bunch of guys, but it's going to be interesting to see how they rotate these guys in and out tonight and who can make an impact. Adam Randall is the one that everyone's really watching. DeBoer is breaking all kinds of Bama records. Yeah, bad ones. Bad ones. Texas is 1-3 in their last 4 games. Damn, is that true? I guess that is true. I didn't even think about that. Here we go. This is why the broadcast started at 7:30, but kickoff's not till 7:52. Is because of the bus ride, run down the hill deal. And here we go. There's the bus making its entrance. Coming around the east side of the stadium. This warms my heart. I'm not going to lie, this warms my heart. If Clemson can throw deep, I'll take Clemson. I mean, everybody's focused on Cade Klubnik and these receivers, and they should be. I'm focused on this defense. I think this defense is elite. They just have to show it. A nasty defensive line. Don't forget, we got Sammy Brown at linebacker. We got the transfer from Alabama at linebacker. That's right. Y'all rewind it, dub over it, whatever you got to do. That's what I said. Clemson got a transfer at linebacker from Alabama. Here we go. Here's Dabo at the top of the hill. Here's Dabo at the top of the hill. Rub that magic rock, baby. Let's rub that rock. Going to come down to wide receiver versus DB for Clemson. Yeah, I mean, look, LSU's loaded. They got skill players. This should be a really good game here. This should be a good game here. I don't see any team getting blown out like we've been seeing in the past few games today. They had something up on the Jumbotron before the game. Somebody sent me a picture of it. It said, please, fans, refrain from gathering at the paw until after the alma mater is sang. So I guess, whatever. They're trying to avoid the fine. We'll see if that works out or not. Something tells me if they win this game, especially if it's close, they're not going to abide by that. But we'll see. Georgia's going to have to carry the SEC. SEC's down bad. SEC is down bad. Who's going to be the number one team? Well, I guess we got to wait on this game. Right now, it's probably going to be Ohio State. If Clemson makes a statement tonight, they might be. Because I wasn't really impressed. I mean, Ohio State's defense impressed me, but offensively, they weren't very good. Probably Penn State. Yeah, maybe. But Ohio State and Clemson, if Clemson wins tonight, or LSU, I guess, either one of those teams would have top 10 wins in week one. Penn State's not going to have that. Go Virginia go Virginia Tech tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll win, but that would be great if they did. Here we go. Let's go. Clemson's got the orange jerseys with the white pants. I haven't seen what LSU's got on. I think LSU might have all whites. And of course, Clemson doesn't do dumb shit and wear different helmets all the time. So they've got the Clemson helmets that everybody knows and that they've always had. You know, they don't have special helmets. They got classic helmets. Ryan Day knows how to navigate a natty season now. Yeah. Ohio State's offense is trash. It was trash today. You're 100% right about that. That game was 100% won on their defense. We're going to do a flashback now to the 2020 CFP with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. Really the 2019 team. But yeah, the game was played in 2020. There wasn't nobody stopping LSU that year. All right, everybody, you guys know how I do. The game's about to start. Kickoff here in a minute. Give me your score predictions in the chat. Also, you guys know YouTube really cares about that thumbs up, so hit that. I don't give a shit about it, but YouTube really cares. So make sure you hit that. It's free. But give me your score predictions. I got Clemson. I think this will be a fairly high-scoring game, honestly, even though these are two good defenses. I'm going to say Clemson 35, LSU 28. 35-28, Clemson. Pro Potato says 37-27, Tigers. I think you're talking about Clemson Tigers. James says 34-17, Clemson. 31-20, Clemson. 24-21. Now I hope not. That's a nail biter. Dave says 24-21. I hope not. Baylor Man says the over hits. The over is like 58. I was scared to touch that. 28-23 Clemson. 31-27 LSU. Jordan Dealmaker's he's the only one so far that's picked LSU. That's interesting. Which could happen. I'm not delusional. I am a Clemson fan, but I'm not delusional. I've seen Clemson. I saw Clemson lose to Duke. Y'all remember that? 28-17 Clemson. 38-23 Clemson. 27-14 Clemson. Aramita. That's a fairly low-scoring game. 34-30. That would be the exact point spread is 4 points in Vegas. So that would be exact 34-30. Speed, Clemson ball is back. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. LSU 29, Clemson 25. B. Bean is picking LSU as well. Here we go. The ball is kicked off. LSU receiving first, and it is a touchback. So we'll get our first look at the Nuss Bus. Garrett Nussmeier threw for 4,000 yards and 36 touchdowns last year. He's the real deal. He's not very mobile. So the key for Clemson is to get pressure on him to make him uncomfortable. Not that he can't run at all, but it's not his forte. But he can hurt you downfield if there's somebody open. Greg says LSU truck Clemson. Is that English? LSU truck Clemson. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Nussmeier in shotgun, hands the ball off. They're going to run it on 1st down and immediately hit behind the line of scrimmage, but not taken down. Oh, here we go again. Holy shit. Flashbacks from last year. Get hands on him, but can't bring him down. There was no excuse for that not being a tackle for loss. You got your hands around his waist, and he got another 9 yards out of it. Here we go. This is one of Clemson's 2 losses in the year. All right, we'll see. Throw it on 1st and 10. Caught at the sideline for a pickup of about 6. So a 1st down run on 1st down, then a pickup of 6 on 1st down on the next play. What's up, Mike? Dennis, I don't know how dumb you are. You don't realize that there's a delay on YouTube. How long have you been on YouTube to not know that? I shouldn't even have to explain that to you. I'm not behind. 2nd down and 6. From the Clemson 47, Nussmeier dumps it off in the backfield to the running back. He's got room to run. Good run inside the 40. Another 1st down for LSU. A good series here to start for LSU. 3 plays, 2 1st downs. Clemson got 3 L's coming this year. Okay, that's great. All right, 1st and 10. They're hurrying up here from the 39 of Clemson after 2 1st downs. And Nussmeier's going to change the play. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the right sideline. Fighting with the DB. Incomplete. No flags. No flags. Throw the flag. That's a PI. No, it's not. What's up, Danny D-Rock? Yeah, that should have been offensive pass interference, not defensive. Well, first of all, they're both grabbing on each other, so that was mutual combat there. From the 39, again, 2nd down. And Nussmeier's going to change the play again. He doesn't like what he sees. And you better hurry up and get that ball off. 2 seconds. 1, and he gets it off, hands it off, and hit immediately, taken down for a 3-yard loss. Good penetration there by the Taters. What's up, Millis? How you doing, buddy? And LSU's playing quickly here. 3rd and 11 now from the 41 after the 3-yard loss. He's changing the play again. And he's going to call a timeout. He got scared. He saw Peter Woods and he said, I can't do this. I need a breather. So he took a timeout. First timeout here just within the first 3 minutes of the game. Taken by LSU and Garrett Nussmeier's offense. Yo, how about Alabama look bad, man? Miller says, thank you for the super chat. He says, tied down bad. Yeah, they're down real bad. They got blown off the field by a 2-win Florida State team. Holy shit. Boy, Nick Saban's on the phone with them right now demanding $50 million to come back. What is that, Austin Powers? This is Nick Saban. I'll come back for $50 million. Oh boy, yeah, they look terrible. They look terrible. Yeah, we got to shut down Caden Dirt. Yeah. I mean, look, LSU's got some dudes on defense, man. What's up, Slim? They would pay. They probably would pay it. I would give Saban 3 dump trucks to return. Oh boy. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But shout out to Florida State, though. Look, the team that wants to win more is going to win. And Florida State clearly wanted to win more. Colorado's down bad. Georgia Tech almost went down bad. Yeah, Georgia Tech, they won the game, and I'm happy for them. They've got no passing attack at all. I mean, it's the Haynes King show, and I'm going up there in a couple of weeks to Atlanta when Clemson goes into Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. I'm going to that game. I'm looking forward to it. But, boy, they better figure out something offensively other than Haynes King running. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. They're one-dimensional. Great quarterback for Gus in the bus system. Yeah, that's a good point. I think that Castellanos is a perfect fit for Gus Malzahn offense. But really, I mean, you got to give credit to Florida State's defense as well. You know? That's what really surprised me. Now, last year, their defense wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Their real problem was their offense, but I was really, really shocked to see how physical. I mean, they dominated. I mean, Alabama is typically known to have elite offensive line play, elite defensive line play. And the offensive line for Alabama was just, I mean, I don't know to give credit to Florida State or just to be really worried if I'm an Alabama fan about protecting Ty Simpson. Simpson needs time. He's not a Castellanos. He's not a Cade Klubnik, right? He needs some protection. That's why I don't put this all on Ty Simpson. He didn't play great, but he didn't get any help at all. I mean, he was running for his life. Yeah, see? Running for his life. What's up, Rooster? Taters versus Corn Dogs. Let's go. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 11. Nuss hands the ball off, run up the middle, tackle immediately. Let's go. Let's go. TJ Parker with the tackle and the penetration. You have to admire Florida State for picking up the pieces. Yeah, I mean, that's the most shocking game of the day or of the week, or even last week even. It's the most shocking game of the week, what Florida State has done. Now, can that carry that over? We'll see. All right, the punt team is out for LSU. 4th and 10. The punt is up. And it bounces, takes a Clemson bounce in the end zone, touchback. All right, so we'll get our first look here at Cade Klubnik and this Clemson offense. I really can't wait to see what this run game looks like. I hope it's good. I don't know what other word to use. I hope it's great, but I hope it's good. I hope it's good. You think South Carolina beats Alabama? Yes. I don't think that South Carolina's now. I mean, Alabama's going to have an answer for Lenore Sellers. So yeah, I do. Based on what I saw today, absolutely. 1st and 10, Clemson from the 20. Klubnik back to pass, throws, tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Somebody got a hand on that. I didn't see who it was. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Ballard says, I'm hurt. Good luck to Clemson, and just want to make a minute to say Ohio State is still better than Texas. Well, yeah, obviously. I think that was pretty much proven today. 2nd down and 10. And he gives it to Randall. Randall with his first carry as a starting running back for the Tigers. And he only picks up about a yard, maybe 2. So Clemson getting behind the chains early on offense in this game. It's going to be 3rd and long. Probably about 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 8. They're going to have to establish a run game here, though, at some point. This is a passing down, though, and LSU knows it. 3rd and 8. Klubnik, under pressure, rolls out to his right, sacked. Good penetration there by LSU that he had no chance. Woodland just came out of nowhere. Klubnik had no chance on that one. Offensive line for Clemson is going to have to play better if they want to win this game. He just came through untouched. Corner blitz untouched. Not a great start for Clemson's offense is right. Now they're punting from their own end zone, 4th down and 20. And the punt is up, and it's not very good. Fair catch called for at the 47. So LSU's got great field position to start out their second offensive drive of the game. That's another, the two biggest unknowns for Clemson, running back, punting. Everywhere else, they're good. And we've already seen that in this, just on the first drive there. Dabo doesn't even know who the punter is. He's probably going to play 3 different punters in this game. Holding. Who was the holding against? I didn't see that. Holding against Clemson, probably. Ah, dang. Ballard switching his fandom to South Florida. Boy. Well, y'all ain't right, man.
Casket! Look down in the bayou.
Yeah, Clemson's going to have to get something going here. They need a stop here. Where all the Bama fans go, there's several of them in here right now. I'll give credit to them. They're not running and hiding. And I know exactly how they feel. I know exactly how Bama fans feel right now. So I feel their pain, if you know what I mean. But I mean, look, if Dabo Swinney retired tomorrow, I think you'd see a similar thing. I mean, replacing an absolute legend, one of the best coaches, well, probably the best coach to ever live, in Nick Saban's. You don't just plug and play. And here's the other thing too: when you start losing, and you lose that juice, the players that Alabama gets stop coming there. It's not as easy as just replacing Nick Saban. So, it is what it is. Bama's gone too big and they look very slow. Yeah, I don't know. It looked to me like Florida State just wanted it more. Jordan says, hell, I'm a Gamecock fan, so losing feelings are normal for us. Damn. That is true. You have to say it the Bill Clinton voice, I feel your pain. Yeah. All right, Clemson needs a turnover or a big stop here. LSU starting out, the field position game is going to be huge here, and right now LSU is clearly winning that early in the first quarter. We need to flip the field, get a turnover, get a sack or something. I mean, they're only 15 yards away from field goal range to start the drive out, which is no bueno. Halo, Halo. What's up, man? All right, the sun's going down in Tatertown. Clear skies. Let's see what Clemson's defense has here. Like I said, great field position to start out for LSU on this drive. Not something you want to give them. They're too talented to let them have good field position starting out on a drive like this. They're showing Tom Allen in the box here, first year as defensive coordinator, coming from Penn State. All right, 1st and 10. From the 37. Nussmeier rolls out to his right, pitches it to the running back, hit immediately, taken down, only got about 2 yards out of that. A&M riding the struggle. Who's A&M playing? I'm not sold on them either. All right, LSU's playing sort of a hurry-up offense here. 2nd down and 7. Nussmeier throws a quick pass, caught, fumbles, return, picked up, go, go, go. Let's go. Turnover, Clemson ball at the 22-yard line. Let's go. What did I say? We needed a turnover. That's how you do it, buddy. That's how you do it. That's definitely a fumble, I think. Let me see the replay here. Yeah, ball definitely caught. That's a fumble. Of course, they're going to look at this to see if he was down or not. Jones picked it up. The ball was coming loose. That's close. That's very close. The ball was coming loose as his knee hit the ground. That's going to be, I don't know. I don't know how you overturn that if, you know, it's that close. It's simultaneous. The ball is coming, I think the ball was coming loose before his knee hit the ground, but it's really hard to tell. It's virtually simultaneous. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's a close one. Enjoy the next half hour of reviews. Yeah, no shit. I think the ball was coming loose. His knee's not on the ground yet. The ball was already coming loose. I don't know. I could see this going either way, but the call on the field was a fumble. I think they'll probably stick with that.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
Mom's trying to get on the football channel and she doesn't know what it's on.
She doesn't know how to use the TV. She doesn't know how to work the TV?
No.
Well, I can tell her I can't help her. I'm streaming.
Okay.
She can figure it out. Mrs. Peete doesn't know how to use the TV, apparently. I'm biased, but that's a fumble. Let's see what the review is here. Well, he got rocked. He got rocked. I think that's a fumble. Sorry, my wife doesn't know how to use the TV. What'd they say? Clemson ball, let's go. You gotta say, what? Pete, you gotta say what you're gonna give me, Mrs. Peete, huh? All right, let's go. All right, so Clemson with the turnover, 1st and 10. Flip the field, that's what I was talking about. We needed that bad. From the 25. Klubnik throws it over the middle, incomplete, intended for Antonio Williams. He was open too, that was a bad pass. You gotta hit him, man. He was open. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Let's go. Second down and 10. Klubnik's going to fake the handoff, throw it in the end zone, into double coverage, intended for TJ Moore. Oh, incomplete. I don't know if I like that pass. What was that? He's lucky that didn't get intercepted. I like the confidence, but come on, man. He got away with one there. Threw it right into double coverage. 3rd down and 10. And Klubnik's going to hand it off to Adam Randall on 3rd and 10. What are we doing? I don't understand what that was. That sequence was terrible. Why would you hand it off on 3rd? You throw it on 1st and 2nd down and then hand it off on 3rd and 10? What are we doing? I don't know what that was. All right, field goal. Clemson goes up 3-0. Clemson, at least they got something out of it. But offensively right now, I don't know what Clemson's game plan is. The play calling has been terrible so far. Noah says, Pete, I think I can call in again one day. Yeah, the call-in show starts back on Wednesday. Call in anytime you want. What's up, Abito? Garrett better not stall out this game. Yeah, I don't know what Clemson's offense, I don't know what their game plan here is, but so far I'm not liking it. Jeremy Garland, what's up, Jeremy? Says, Pete, I got $100 on Clemson. What? You got $100 on the money line, or you got the points? Clemson was favored by 4 going into it. Where's Edward? Nope, Edward doesn't even know where Edward is. So maybe a low-scoring game. I don't care as long as Clemson wins. How low-scoring it is, but I don't understand the play calling so far. And that pass that Cade Klubnik just threw on second down was risky, really risky. LSU looks good. Well, we knew they were good. Like that watch, Pete. Yeah, it's watch, bro. Noah says my Vols win big. Yeah, I watched virtually that entire Tennessee game. Yeah, Tennessee looked good. Now, albeit it was against Syracuse, who's not like world beaters, but still, you did what you're supposed to do against teams like Syracuse, and you went out there and handled business and handled them. But yeah, Tennessee did look good. What's up, Doc? I didn't plan that. It just came out the way I said it because his name's Doc. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Vols defense is Swiss cheese. I don't know. They look pretty good today. Did I watch the Georgia Tech game? Yeah, does the Bears shit in the woods? Yeah, I watched that entire game. That was awesome. I can't believe they've had 3 turnovers in the first quarter and still won. I don't think Colorado's very good, though. So I'll give Georgia Tech their credit. They went into Colorado. They won convincingly despite the turnovers. But I don't think Colorado's very good. So, I think Colorado's a borderline bowl team in the Big 12. Pigskin still has those tattoos. I don't know if you know this, B-Bean, but tattoos are permanent. So, yeah, I still have them. And I'll still have them when I die, too. However long from now that is. Why are they showing Hurricane Katrina footage? I don't understand this. Oh, the 20-year anniversary. Is that what it is? Has it been 20? God, that makes me feel old. Yeah, I didn't even realize it. I guess it is. That was 20 years ago? Oh, man. All right, here we go. Clemson's going to kick off after the field goal. Still 9 minutes left in the first. We'll see what LSU's offense has got here. It does seem like yesterday. Yeah. I can't believe it's been 20 years. That checks out. Yeah, 2005. Antonio Williams in the injury tent. Hopefully he's okay. We need him tonight. All right, here we go. from the 25-yard line. Nussmeier in shotgun. Running back in motion. Handed off, hit immediately for a 2-yard loss by Sammy Brown. Let's go. Good penetration by the Taters there. I got married in 2006. I got married in 2007. College game day will be Michigan versus Oklahoma. Huh. Second down and 11. What's going on here? Flag pre-snap, and it's going to be a false start by LSU. I have to bring out the walking stick later. Well, first of all, the walking stick should be this way. Should be that way. I'll bring out the walking stick in the second half. We can row that boat with the walking stick. Arch Manning's not, what's up, Scott? Arch Manning's not worth a shit. I don't know, man. They put that guy up on a pedestal. He needs some time. Nussmeier slings it on 2nd and 16 down the sideline into coverage. Incomplete. Flag down. And it's against Clemson. Pass interference. I don't know. I got to see that again. By Woodez. I guess that was interference. Yeah, that's legit. He did it. Yeah, he pushed him out of bounds. Yeah, he pushed him out of bounds. All right, Thomas with the ball, big run. What's up, Vic? First down, LSU from their own 48. Hand it off again. He's got room to run again up the middle. Is anybody going to tackle this guy? Another first down, flag down though. And that's going to back it up. False start by LSU. That's going to negate about a 15-yard run there. All right, now after the penalty, first down and 15. And he's not happy about that penalty there. 7 minutes left in the first. What is this? It's the second timeout called by LSU. Brian Kelly's face. Who was it? Was that Sid Irish that said you wanted to see Brian Kelly's face turn red? Well, there you go. He can't hear. Brian Kelly's big mad. Yeah, he said, "Are you effing kidding me?" No, we're not effing kidding you. Look at him. Look at him. He's the least intimidating person when he yells at people, too. It's like your old retired neighbor who's like, 80 years old yelling at you for stepping on his lawn, That's how Brian Kelly is. All right, here we go. From the 43. Wide receiver in motion. Nussmeier hands the ball off again. Another run up the middle. Somebody get this guy. He makes it up to about the 49, gets about 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 coming up. Brian Kelly's an angry leprechaun.
Look down in the bayou.
2nd down and 9 to be exact. Nussmeier hands it off again. Got nowhere to run. Hit immediately the line of scrimmage. This can be a loss there. He's down. Good penetration. Another Sammy Brown tackle. Brown's all over him. He's an absolute monster. Let's go. Yeah, a casket on that one.
Casket!
Third and 9, Nussmeier throws it under pressure, almost intercepted, thrown into the ground, incomplete. Defended by A.J. Terrell. Yeah, that wasn't a catchable ball. That was more likely to be intercepted than caught. That was just a bad pass. Right in the dirt. So the punt team's going to come out for LSU here. Good defensive stand there by the Tigers. The Clemson Tigers, that is. This is the best game so far. Well, this is the 2 best teams, probably. What the hell was that? Out of bounds punt. That was a terrible punt. All right, so Clemson gets it back with 3 on the board. We'll see if Clemson's offense can get something going here. So far, they've kind of sputtered. The run game is pretty much non-existent so far, and a couple of bad decisions by Cade Klubnik. Luckily, they haven't turned the ball over. Let's see if they can get something going on the ground here. I want to see Easy-E in the game. David Eziume. Let's see Easy-E here. Five and a half minutes left in the first. Clemson's offense needs to settle down a little bit here and get in a rhythm. And they do hand the ball off to TJ Moore. And he gets a couple. That was a weird play there. 2nd down and 5. Eazy-E's been dead since 1995. No, he's not. He plays for Clemson. 2nd down and 5. And we got a timeout here, I think. Yeah, a timeout by Clemson on 2nd and 5. Yeah, it's the 3rd timeout of this quarter. That's kind of weird in the first quarter to see that many timeouts. Mike says, I met David one time. I guess you met him in Clemson, probably. Eazy-E is still alive, just like Tupac. No, Tupac's dead and so is Eazy-E. I'm sorry to tell you that. I mean, I wish they were still alive, but neither one of them are. Guess who else is dead? Elvis, JFK, Jesus. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not bad about it, but it has been a long. Yeah, it does seem like it's been a long quarter. 2nd down and 5. from the 20. And they're going to run it with Adam Randall, and he gets a first down. Finally, we get something positive in the run game. Adam Randall with the first down. Let's go. That's what I'm most worried about is this run game. I need to see something. Yeah, run north and south. Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E, all living on Epstein Island. Well, Slim, you ain't right, man. 1st and 10. Klubnik rolls out to his right. Looking downfield, throws it, caught for another first down. Let's go. And they're hurrying up here. Up to the 43. And they're going to try to get this play off quick. And they do. Another quick throw, caught on the outside across the 50 or at the 50 for about 7. Pete, do you think Georgia and Tennessee are the best teams in the SEC right now? If so, week 3 will be huge. Well, they played the best. Yeah. I don't know what to think about. I mean, I didn't watch much of the Georgia game because of who they were playing, and I was watching the Alabama game, really. I know they dominated the game, but it'll be good to see them against that should be a great game, Tennessee and Georgia. Looking forward to that. What is that, week 3? 2nd down and 3. And we got a flag as soon as the ball is snapped, and it's going to be against Clemson. They're going to row the boat backwards. Clemson's going the wrong way. They're rowing the boat. Will game day be at that game? Probably. I'd have to look at the other slate of week 3 games, but yeah, probably. 2nd down and 8. Inside of 3 minutes in the opening quarter. Klubnik rolls out to his right, throws it on the run, caught by Moore for a first down at the 45-yard line. Another first down, so they're sort of dinking and dunking their way down the field here. We have yet to see a deep shot by number 2. And if I know Garrett Riley, there's a deep shot coming here very soon. If not right now. It might be on this play right here. I'm looking for a deep shot. And no, they hand it off for a 3-yard loss. I thought they were going to take a shot downfield there. I'm surprised. That wasn't really a deep shot. It was only a 20-yard pass. I don't consider a 20-yard pass to be a deep shot. I'm talking about a real deep shot, a legitimate deep shot. Now after the 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 from the LSU 49. Another timeout. That's 4 timeouts in the first quarter. This is wild. Yeah, LSU is bringing the blitz every time. That's exactly why I would take the deep shot. For that reason alone. Yeah, that was Keith Adams that just carried the ball. Shout out to all of y'all for being here. And hanging out with me. What are those coaches doing? They're calling timeouts, apparently. All right, here we go. 2nd and 12 after the timeout. From the 49. Klubnik dumps. What was that? More dinking and dunking. That was intended for Tyler Brown, just dropped it in the backfield. 3rd and 12. What was that? It was not good is what it was. Tyler Brown hurt all of last year pretty much. 100% healthy now, but you got to catch the ball, bro. 3rd and 12. Klubnik under pressure, steps up. He's going to keep it. He's going to run, and he's tripped up well short of the first down, about 4 yards short at the 43. 4th down. What are they doing here? They going for it? Dabo doesn't go for these kind of things. And so, no, they're going to punt. Clemson's offense not looking great. I'm not going to lie. Not looking great. Oh, they're going to kick a field goal here. How long is this? This is 62 yards. What are we doing? Just punt it, man. Oh, okay. It's a little squib punt. And it worked. I was about to say, what are you doing? I'd have been real mad if he actually kicked that shit. I'd have been real mad if he kicked that. I don't know what they're doing. They look scared to throw the ball downfield. I don't understand. LSU is blitzing on every play. You should have the numbers advantage. You've got the players on the outside. I don't know what they're doing. Dinking and dunking and running the ball up the middle. We haven't seen anything creative at all. All right. 1st and 10 LSU. From the 16-yard line. Thrown, caught, and then dragged over the first down line by the Clemson defender. 1st down, LSU. From the 27. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Oh, maybe, well, I don't know, maybe they're going to play off here. We'll see. Got 3 seconds. And no, they're trying to draw Clemson offsides. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Clemson up 3-0. And what's been sort of a defensive game on both sides so far. Yeah, y'all can join the, you can post the link in there if you want to. You can join the Fantasy Football League. We got some great games the next 2 days, though. Some great games tomorrow. Most notably, Notre Dame and Miami tomorrow night, which I will be live for. North Dakota beating Kansas State 21-17. Kansas State's no good. I don't know if you saw the game last week. They're just not any good. That's not surprising at all. Clemson Tiger Blake, thank goodness the quarter is over and I get a break. That was a rough first quarter for both teams, really, honestly. I am disappointed that Clemson's not taking some shots downfield. I would have thought for sure that Garrett Riley would do that. At least once in the first quarter. William Smith, good to see Mrs. Peete not dressing you like an Italian gangster anymore. Well, first of all, Mrs. Peete doesn't dress me. And second of all, I still dress like an Italian gangster. Come back next week, I'll be dressing like an Italian gangster. I promise. Garrett Riley pulled the same shit as last year. I don't know, they're just being too conservative. Yeah, I'm with James. I'm not impressed so far. Sup, Pete? Slow start. I missed what happened to Williams. I don't know what happened to Williams either. I don't have the sound on because YouTube will copyright me if I have the sound on. So I only know what I saw. I don't know. He went in the injury tent. Does anybody know exactly what's his status is and what's going on with him? Pulled hamstring. Is that what it is? Already? Yeah, that's no bueno. Cade needs to use his legs more. I agree. That's not good news. If he did pull a hamstring, that's not good news because you know that can linger all year long. And he's our dog on at the wide receiver. I mean, we got a bunch of dogs on wide receiver, but he's the leader. He's the veteran leader, so not having him on the field is a big deal. Hopefully he's all right, but I mean, I would give him a few weeks off. You know, based on our schedule. I mean, it would be nice to have him against Georgia Tech in 2 weeks from now, but we need him more later in the year than now. Yeah, we need the other guys just got to play. I agree with you. Tyler Brown needs to stop dropping balls. Rich Chat loves defense. I'm a defensive guy too. I like defense too. Well, I like defense. I like watching good defense when my team's not playing. I don't want to see LSU play good defense. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get what you're saying. Scott says, well, that's what the Texas-Ohio State game was. The Texas and Ohio State game was nothing but defense. 1st and 10, big play by LSU, 12-yard gain, and a first down by Thomas. Great cutback run by number 0 there. Yeah, LSU's got speed. That's the one thing that they've got speed all over the field. My biggest worry tonight was the speed they got. 1st and 10 from the 40. Clock's running out. They get the snap off, and they give it to Thomas again, and he gets about 9 yards. LSU is running the ball very well. Flashbacks of last year with Clemson. We've got to find a way to stop this run. Second down and 2. I keep waiting for another timeout because it seems like every play they call a timeout. From the 48, Nussmeier looking wide open across the middle of the field all the way down to the 34. Complete. LSU's got the game plan here. They're picking them apart. Baylor man, what happened? They're saying his hamstring. 1st down and 10 from the 33. They're in field goal range now. Nussmeier hands the ball off. Hit immediately. Got maybe a yard out of that. 2nd down. Come on. Come on, 2nd down and 9. All right, 2nd down and 9. From the 32. Nussmeier, under pressure, sacked. Big loss. Let's go, Tigers. Let's go. They needed that. Why are you sorry? Why are you saying sorry, Pete? Don't be sorry. Nuss is just not. I mean, if he's got a clean pocket, he could tear you apart, but he's not very good at evading sacks or scrambling. 3rd down and 21. And a little screen pass, and it's caught, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down. So they get to about the 35 or 36 yard line. And this is going to be an obvious field goal attempt here. This will be a long field goal. I don't know anything about LSU's kicking game or their kicker. But this is a long field goal for anybody. 53 yards from the left hash. And the kick is up, and it's right down the middle. He got this. Oh, he got it. He barely got it, but he got it. So a tie ball game. That was a hell of a kick. Got a tie ball game at 3. Clemson's offense needs to do something here. Y'all know that meme, show me something? Clemson's offense. Do something. Do something. We need to see them do something. Yeah, that was a hell of a kick there. I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, right now LSU is outplaying Clemson. The score is 3-3, but I think LSU has outplayed Clemson. The only real difference in this game is that turnover. That's the only reason Clemson's got any points. Offensively, they haven't shown me anything at all. At all. How many yards was that? It was 53 yards. It was a hell of a kick. When does Clemson play Florida State, and what are your thoughts on that game? They play Florida State in October, I think. I don't know the exact date. But Florida State impressed me today. So I'm more worried about Florida State now than I was 5 hours ago. That's all I can tell you. The game is in Tallahassee too, I think. So they'll have home field advantage. But there's a lot of ball to be played between now and then. Is Florida State back? Back from what? 2-10? Yeah. Back to 13-0? No. No. Alabama might not make a bowl game. I don't know if I go that far. I don't know about that. That's a overreaction. There's going to be a lot of overreactions this week based on the week 1 performances of some of these teams. There's going to be a huge overreaction about Texas. People are writing Texas off. I think that's a mistake. I still think Texas is going to be a good team. Same thing with Alabama. Whoever loses this game tonight, there'll be overreaction about that. Week 1 overreactions are just that. They're overreactions. They happen every year. Texas will still go 10-2. Yeah, I can see that. Cade looking like doo-doo. I don't know if Cade's looking like doo-doo. He made a bad decision on that one throw. A couple of drop passes. I'll tell you what's doo-doo is the play calling. Why are we not taking shots downfield at all? An entire first quarter, you don't take one shot downfield? I don't like that at all. It's sad to see Lee's final game day show today. Yeah. It's always sad to see a legend go away, but the guy's 90 years old. This probably should have happened a couple of years ago, to be honest with you. So, look. I hope I lived to be 90. My dad died last year. He was 83. I wish he lived to 90. So, look. He's got a lot of blessings, Lee Corso. I don't feel bad for him at all. What are they doing here? What's going on with Houston? Oh, they're talking about the LSU defender who's suspended for the first half. Blaming that on Dabo. That was sad. That was how does Brian Kelly not know your own player's suspended? That's their fault, not Dabo's fault. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Clemson, let's do something. Big play by Cade. I say big play, but at least he took it. 6-yard gain there. Let's take a shot. How about that? 2nd down and 5. From the 30. Cade throws it into double coverage again. What are you doing, man? This is painful. What is he looking at? Does he not see number 2 there? Not only that, it was a bad pass. 3rd and 5. Klubnik, empty backfield, throws it over the middle, caught for wide open TJ Moore, across the 50, inside the 35, or down to the 40, 1st down, Clemson. There we go. About time. Wide open too, look at that. All right, Moore, let's go. 1st and 10. Cade hands the ball off to Randall, and he picks up about 4 on the run up the middle. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Easy E. That wasn't Randall. Easy E in the game now. Yeah, let's see Easy E. Second down. Bama's not going 10 and 2. 2nd down and 6. Cade, under pressure, rolls out to his right. He's going to keep it. Jukes the player inside the 40. 1st down. Good run there by Cade. All right, we got something going here on offense. We got something going. He put him on ice skates. What's that guy's name? Weeks or Cheeks? 1st and 10. Hands the ball off to Easy E and goes nowhere. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Run the ball, Paul. Run the ball, Paul. Mrs. Pete's ahead of me. I can hear her. She's giving it away from me. How do you have 2 TVs in the same house and one of them's ahead of the other? I don't know, but it's happening. Cade Klubnik, under pressure, rolls out to his right, across the 30, runs out of bounds 2 yards short of the 1st down. Be 3rd and 2 coming up. Cade huffing and puffing. He's going to blow that house down too, isn't he? The big bad wolf. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 3 officially. And And he's going to hand the ball off. Oh, my God. Stuffed immediately. No gain on the run. 4th down. What are they going to do here? Easy E got stuffed. She is definitely spoiling it for me. I can hear her. 4th. See? She just spoiled. I can't see it yet. She's going to have to pause that or something. She's killing me over here. They are going for it on 4th and 2. I'm about to go down there and pause it myself. Klubnik drops back. Thrown to Wesco. He's got it inside the 10. Inside the 5. 1st and goal. All right, I had to change that. I'm hearing every play before it happens. It's killing me. Peete gonna come back with a bloody lip. No bloody lips over here. I'm good. I just can't. I don't want to hear the play before it happens. That ruins it for me. All right, here we go. 1st and goal from the 3. Cade under pressure, throws it while he falls. Did he get it off before his knee hit the ground? I guess they said he did. 2nd down and goal. Mrs. Pete's gonna smack Peete. Well, that wouldn't be anything new. I'm used to that. Well, I'm glad he got that ball off before his knee hit the ground, because that would have been a 5-yard loss, or more than that, 7-yard loss probably. Uh-oh, it did hit the ground. I don't know, bro. His knee did hit the ground before he got it off. See? 2nd down and goal from the 14. Klubnik throws it in the end zone to a covered receiver. What are you doing? Who is he throwing that to? If the LSU defender turned around, that's an interception. Why is he just throwing it up for no reason? I don't like what I'm seeing so far from the Clemson offense. I don't like it. 3rd and goal. From the 14. Klubnik throws it, caught, down to the 1. 4th and 14. What is it? What? What is the guy who controls the TV screen on drugs? What's 4th and 14 from the 1? 4th and goal. Did y'all see that? The hell? They're going for it. Here we go. Pause it again. And they run it up the middle. Adam Randall with the touchdown. Let's go. Touchdown. All right. Good drive there by Clemson. It's a Tater money line time. I wouldn't bet the money line now. If you're going to bet the money line, I would have already done that by now. Now they're going to be favored by even more. 10-3 game, Clemson over LSU. What's up, Nature Boy? Finally, Riley gets created. That was a hell of a play by Cade Klubnik there. He could have easily been sacked. So that was a good drive by Clemson's offense there. I'll give him that. We still don't know the running game. To me, they put Eazy-E in the game. We've seen 3 running backs already. We've seen Randall, we've seen Keith Adams, and we've seen Eazy-E. So it's going to be running back by committee. This is kind of a tryout game, I think, to see who RB1 is going to be for the rest of the season. See you later, Noah. Cade is RB1. I had $45 on the Taters pregame. Well, I don't know if you bet the points or not. I mean, if you bet them on the, unless you just made a personal bet. I mean, if you bet them on the money line and you bet $45, you probably bet $45 to win 30. You know, Kansas State losing to a hockey school. Yeah. Yeah, ACC. SEC's down real bad today. A tough start for the SEC today. Alabama gets absolutely curb stomped. If you look at the final score of that game, you might not know how bad it was, but Florida State owned them from the word go. So, yeah, Alabama definitely down bad, and Texas also down bad. Put it towards your next piece. I think I know what you mean there. Florida State looks bad. Yeah, Florida State, you got to give them credit. They came out swinging. They came out swinging for the fences, and they achieved their goal. No doubt about it. All right, so we'll see now what LSU's got on deck. I'd like to see Clemson's defense take it over here. My next pew, yeah. I'm always looking. What happens when an elephant meets a Native American? That doesn't sound, I don't even want to know. That doesn't sound good, though. That does not sound good. All right, here we go. Nussmeier and company out here, down 7 on the road. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Let's see if they got an answer to the Tiger touchdown. Brian Kelly's over there looking red as hell, like normal. Already regretting all the shit that he said about the Death Valley Jr. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And a short pass caught for 2 yards. No, they're going to say incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Is BK a soft coach? Yes, he is. Sammy Brown is absolutely a stud. He's as advertised. Yeah. He's a beast. 2nd down and 10. All right, from the 25. And Nuss is going to keep it. And he jumps across that. Wow, that's the most athletic I think I've ever seen him be. First down, LSU. I'm just happy to write Bama's not worth a shit. Yeah. You don't get to write that very often, do you? We got an injured LSU player, Adams. Oh no, he's limping off the field there. That doesn't look good. They're putting him in the tent. Hopefully he's okay. I don't want to see that. All right, 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the half. First down, LSU. So far, this has been a pretty evenly matched game. Still no touchdowns for LSU though. And they're going to run it and hit immediately, swarmed by Clemson. Second down and 10 coming up. Good penetration by the Clemson defense. Deion has his own bathroom. Yeah, Deion has his own bathroom on the sidelines, yeah. He said that was going to happen. Did y'all see that Deion's porta potty is sponsored by Depends? I'm not making that up. It actually is sponsored by Depends, the adult diaper company, which I thought was pretty funny. Second down and 10. Nussmeier back to pass, throws it to the right sideline, covered, incomplete. I don't know who he's throwing that to. I don't know if he knew who he was throwing that to. Third down and 10 coming up. Clemson's defense is playing pretty good here in the second quarter. Three minutes and 16 seconds left. From the 35. Nussmeier under pressure. Being chased, throws it on the run, complete. Oh, he's got room to run. A first down across midfield. First down, LSU. I have a deep mistrust for the man that can't keep 10 toes down. You know, he's got, I think, 8 toes. Are you saying you don't trust Jay Shipes? He doesn't have 10. I mean, I love Jay Shipes. I think he's 10 toes down, but he physically doesn't have 10 toes. So, same with Deion. Thank you, Slim, for the super chat. First and 10, LSU from the 50. Dumps it off to the running back. He's got room to run across the 40. First down inside the 40-yard line. LSU's putting a drive together here. That was a great play by Nussmeier to dump it off. Y'all hear this? I can't. People are yelling in this house more than me. Between my wife and my son. And it's quiet all day until I go on the air. Then I'll just start yelling. It's amazing. The stupid 2-minute timeout, which should have never been implemented in college football, in my opinion. The 2-minute timeout's dumb as shit. Slim says, I said what I said. He said what he said, and he's not going to say it again. All right, so this has been a great game so far. 10-3. LSU's driving. It's been somewhat of a defensive game outside of that last drive by Clemson where they scored a touchdown. What if dude's missing some toes? Yeah, the 2-minute... I don't know why they have to copy the NFL doing that. I mean, they make all these rules to not stop the clock when there's a first down. They're trying to speed the game up. They're like, oh, we're making all these rules because the games last 4 hours, blah, blah, blah. And then they go and make a 2-minute timeout for no reason. They're like, what? Like, I thought you were trying to speed the game up, not slow it down. A&M is struggling with UTSA. That's exactly why. Hard Take says for more commercials. Yeah, that's exactly why. We all know why they're doing it. It's just they're lying to us. Don't, piss down my leg and tell me it's rain. And then you make a 2-minute timeout. That's all I'm saying. Lockdown or go to the hole, sir. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, TV timeouts. You don't notice that, for me anyway, you don't notice the TV timeouts is because you're just used to the commercials coming on when you're watching it on TV, or at least I am. It's just normal. Like you can't differentiate a regular timeout from a TV timeout. But when you're at a game in person, it's very noticeable when they have TV timeouts because it's just because you're there and you're not seeing a commercial on TV. You're just seeing them stop the game randomly. The whole deal with letting the clock run, even if it's out of bounds, is created even longer games. When do they let the clock run when it's out of bounds? They let the clock run when there's an they used to stop it for the first down. They don't do that anymore. Isn't it weird that a chick wants to have 6 kids with a bull? Yeah, that's weird, but I don't even know. What part of the internet are you on, dude? What are you watching where a woman wants to have 6 kids with a bull? All right. 1st and 10. Nussmeier throws it. Oh, bobbled and caught. What a catch. Inside the 30 for a first down unless he stepped out. I don't think he did. What a catch. Did y'all see that? Oh, I wasn't watching the commercial. I was like, what is it? I don't know what kind of website this guy's watching. Holy shit. These guys on the dark web. I don't know what you're watching. Did he step out? Let's see here. That was a hell of a catch, though. Yeah, he stepped out right there. He did step out on his second or third step. So 2nd down and 5. I'll never have 6 kids. I'm not shit. I've got 2 and I'm done. Losing Khalil Barnes would hurt. Yeah, that would be devastating. Yeah. We can't lose anybody out of the secondary. We got more depth on the defensive line than we do in the secondary. But will you take care of the kids? Which one? The ones I have or the hypothetical 4 more? No, I won't take care. I'm only taking care of the 2 I got. I'm not taking care of any more after that. Yeah, I'm too old to be having more kids. My dad had his last kid in his mid-50s. I don't know if I could do that. I'm not built like my dad. He came from a different era, though. Tyler Venables has to come in. Yeah, he's going to have to come in. If Barnes is out, he's going to have to come in. Tyler Venables is 30 years old. I can't believe he's still playing at Clemson. How old is he? For real? He's 25 or 26? It seems like he's been there forever. Does South Carolina have a chance versus Bama and Columbia? Yeah. Yeah, they do. If they were playing next weekend, I'd pick South Carolina to beat them. Now, that's me saying that without having seen South Carolina play this year. I've only seen Alabama play. But I was not very impressed at all with what I saw from Alabama today. So yeah, they do. We'll see what happens. They might be South Carolina might end up being favored in that game when it comes around to it. I'm high on South Carolina, but then again, like I said, I hadn't seen them play. I mean, I was high on Texas before today too. Ty Simpson at quarterback is a train wreck. I'd be more worried about Alabama's defense than Ty Simpson. Alabama's defense didn't look good at all. At all. I mean, they got blown off the line. I mean, Florida State's offense just manhandled them all game. I'd be more worried about that. Ty Simpson's a young player. The more experience he gets, he'll be better. They've got good skill players like Ryan Williams. They've got good running backs. I'd be more worried about Alabama's defense than their offense right now. Yeah, 300 rushing yards against Florida State. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Back to the game here inside of 2 minutes. And second down and 6. And they do a little reverse ball. They do a little trick play here, and it worked. They caught it. Get it. Somebody get this guy. Inside the 20. First down LSU at the 19. A minute 44 left to go. They're trying to tie the ball game up here before halftime. Look at that. Hand it off to the running back, pitch to the receiver, throws a terrible pass, but he still catches it, and then gets the yak and the first down. First and 10, LSU at the 20. They're going to run it up the middle, and he runs into a wall of orange. No gain. Let's go. Holding LSU to a field goal here would be a massive win. For those of you who didn't see the beginning of the game, Clemson deferred and LSU received. So Clemson gets the ball to start the second half. So LSU's really looking for a touchdown here, but if Clemson can hold them to a field goal, that'd be a win for the Taters. Second down and 9 from the 19. Nussmeier throws it out in the flat. Nobody's covering this guy. He just stands there and catches the ball. Defender runs right by him. Pickup of 8. 30 seconds left and counting. LSU's got one timeout. They don't need to use it here. From the 13-yard line, 3rd and 2. Nussmeier throws it to the into double coverage, incomplete. Lucky that wasn't intercepted there. That was a dangerous throw he just made. You got 2 orange jerseys right there. Fourth down. What are they going to do here? I think they go for it on the road. I mean, if I were them, I would go for it. Down 7 on the road at the end of the. I guess there's a argument to be made either way. Take the points. I don't know. They haven't got a touchdown yet in the game. I would go for it on the road down. I would. I think they'll kick it. You think they're trying to draw Clemson off sides? Probably. And if that's what Clemson's coaches should be telling Clemson right now, they're going to try to get you on the hard count. But I would go for it for real. I would go for it. We'll see if Brian Kelly's got the balls to do it or not on the road. Here we go. 4th down and 2. From the 12, or the 13, really. And they do go for it. Caught. Oh, fumbled. Turnover on down. Well, turnover on the fumble. Yep, Clemson ball with 9 seconds left. So they tried and they failed. Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably.
Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably.
How about Death Valley Jr. now, Brian Kelly? You bitch. Tomato face looking bitch. That's two turnovers by LSU in this first half. Oh, that's definitely a fumble. That ball was knocked out before his knee was down. Yep. Ah! Congratulations.
Casket!
Yeah. Yeah.
Look down in the bayou.
Oh, boy. All right, 10-3. Clemson gets the ball to start the second half. Well, they would have got it anyway with the turnover. Clemson gets the ball to start the second half. I'm going to take about a 10-minute break here, guys, and I'll be back on. Chat amongst yourselves in the chat, but I will be right back. I promise. All right, how we feeling so far? Sammy Brown was definitely the MVP of the first half there. Best player on the field so far. But I would like to see more out of Clemson's offense. Florida State fans, players get off the field first before anybody gets hurt. Lackluster game so far, yeah. I did expect more. And look, I'll give credit to LSU's defense, but I did expect more out of Clemson's offense in the first half. But defensively, they're playing very well. Not a single touchdown scored. 2 turnovers by the defense. I'll take it. Somebody earlier was saying, who's going to cover this receiver for LSU? Who's going to cover that receiver? Well, you got your answer. Clemson's last drive looked pretty good. They moved the ball well. Klubnik made good throws, settling in. Yeah, they just need to calm down a little bit, I think. The run game for Clemson still concerns me. At this point, I probably would ride with Eazy-E rather than Adam Randall. But I don't think they're going to do that. I still think they're going to play 2 or 3 running backs between Adams, Eazy-E, and Randall. I think we'll see a bunch of all 3 of them in the second half. But we've got to figure something out in the running game as the season goes on. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. They're stacking the box, which is all the reason more we need to throw the ball down the field. We haven't seen that at all. Yeah, we haven't seen Davidson either. That's a good point. Run defense has to be better in the second half. Yeah, that's our biggest problem right now, and that was our biggest problem last year. That's the biggest question coming in this season is the run defense, so I agree with you there. Eazy and Randall should be our 2 going forward. Well, I don't know. We haven't really seen much out of Davidson, but I mean, he is a true freshman. Let's do a shot. How about that? What is this here? We'll do this. Cheers to all of you for hanging out with me tonight. You could be a lot of different places, but you're here. So that means a lot to me. Cheers. Here's to all of you. Oh, you know what that feels? That's heartburn in a bottle right there. Holy shit. Jordan. I missed. I didn't get to hear Brian Kelly's halftime interview. What did he say? Something stupid for sure. I need a beer. Oh, I got a beer right here. Offensive line still not making easy running lanes. Yeah. He said they played good and the environment is tough, but they need to play better.
Casket!
He said they played good? They got 3 points. 0.0 touchdowns. But I'm not comfortable. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's only a 7-point game. I'm not comfortable right now. I'd feel much better if they were up by, double digits, but no, they're not. They'll come back out and play better. He always says that. Ask the Notre Dame fans about Brian Kelly's halftime speeches. He said we got one of those shirts.
Look down in the bayou.
I really think Clemson needs to open up the offense a little bit. This game is what college football is all about. Let's go, Clemson. Look, it's been a great opening week. I mean, it started, the week 0 was kind of a dud, let's be real. with the Kansas State and Iowa State game. I mean, that wasn't great football by any means. But today's been a crazy day. I don't really know. I mean, you can't really get that much of a gauge on things when teams like Georgia played a nobody and beat up on them. And I didn't see that game because I was watching the Alabama and Florida State game, so I don't really know, what to take out of that. But as far as the highly ranked matchups, I don't really think you see a clear front runner out of anybody. Now we got games tomorrow. South Carolina, Virginia Tech. Looking forward to that one big time. And Notre Dame and Miami tomorrow night. I'll be streaming that. I'm looking forward to that big time. And of course, the North Carolina game against TCU. I'm looking forward to that. But I don't really know if we see who's the clear cut best looking team. If I'm looking at it right now, and it's still only halftime here, obviously, I got to say Florida State looks like the best team so far. I mean, as far as good matchups, right? But we'll find out more in the next coming weeks. But Ballard says Clemson pulls away and wins 31-17. I hope you're right. Ohio State best defense. Ohio State's defense was legit. Ohio State's defense was legit. Alabama sucks. I don't know if I go that far. I've been saying this the whole night. Alabama's defense sucks. That's for sure. Alabama's defense, and that's what they're known for. They're just not looking good. Today was a pitiful performance by Alabama's defense, and that's what they're known for. I unlike a lot of people, I was not expecting Alabama to come out and light the world on fire offensively with the new quarterback. But I did expect their defense to step up and do what Alabama defenses do, and they just didn't do that. What's my take on Miami versus Notre Dame? I've gone back and forth on that. I picked Miami to win the game. And the main reason is I think, well, first of all, that's a tough game to pick. The game's in Miami, and I know the jokes about Miami's, has no home stadium, and they have no. That Hard Rock Stadium tomorrow night will be absolutely rocking because that's the only time that Miami fans show up is when they're playing teams like Notre Dame. So the home field environment will be in Miami's favor. The other thing that will be in Miami's favor is the fact that they've got a veteran quarterback in Carson Beck. And I know that he's a new player to Miami, but he's 25-3 as a starter in the SEC. I'm choosing Miami, but I do think Notre Dame will probably have the better defense and the better run game. I really don't know where to go with that. I haven't made a bet on that one yet. I will bet it probably tomorrow afternoon, sometime before the game. That's going to be a great one. I can't wait. I think the Miami versus Notre Dame game will be one of the best games of the opening weekend. Ian Book said Hard Rock is louder than Georgia and Michigan. I'm on Miami, and I'm not feeling confident about that. That's why I haven't bet it yet. If I am confident about a game, I'll bet on it early. I'm not confident about that game. I'm not. Rooster says, I hope Notre Dame is ready for the heat. Our early fall weather down here is still 95 plus degrees. It's not 95 plus degrees tonight. I don't know what you're talking about. Or tomorrow night. I think the weather tomorrow night is supposed to be somewhere around 75 degrees, so no. Yes, I'm streaming the Miami game. I'm streaming the Miami. I love streaming all games because I love college football, but I love streaming big games that aren't Clemson games more than I like streaming Clemson games. he's in Florida. I don't care where he's at. I mean, I have an app on here that tells me what the fucking weather is. It's not going to be 95 degrees tomorrow night. I don't know. What are you talking about? It's going to be 70 degrees in Florida tomorrow night. He could be on the moon for all I care. Doesn't matter to me. You know? We live in 2025. We don't have to rely on people in Florida to tell us what the fucking weather is. I have an app. My app tells me, fuck you. How about that? I think Notre Dame keeps a low-scoring game. Carson Beck will get pressure all night. Yeah. Again, I think Notre Dame is the more physical team in the run game and on the defensive line. But Notre Dame is breaking in a new quarterback. Let's look at all the teams this week that we've seen breaking in new quarterbacks. Alabama, Texas. How'd that work out for them? I don't know, man. I'm not saying Carson Beck's the second coming of Christ or anything, but holy shit, man. I mean, the guy is a winner. Mrs. Peete says, I walked on the moon once and you can't tell me I didn't. Slim says, nobody on this planet has ever been to the moon. Boy, y'all are something serious. Mrs. Pete's talking about her wedding night. All right, here we go. All right, third quarter has started. Let me do y'all a solid. All right, start of the third quarter. Clemson's got the ball. Pick up 6 on first down, second down and 4. Doc, thank you for the super chat, says Kimber 45 fun. Hey, y'all keep sending money so I get that Kimber 45. Come on now. No, just kidding. Thank you, Doc. All right, third and 4. Let's go. The walking stick is in full effect. This has actual power, for those of you who didn't know. This has actual power. The walking stick is undefeated. I've been beat a lot. Clemson loses a lot. The walking stick is undefeated. I might have to get that engraved in there somewhere. Third down and 4 from the 30. Klubnik in shotgun drops back. Over the middle, caught. What a catch! What a fucking catch! What a catch! First down, Taters. Let's go. Well, that was an insane catch. First and 10, Cade throws it. Wesco, a fight for the ball. Incomplete. Another throw into double coverage for no reason. What the hell was that? I like the Klubnik's got moxie, but throwing these 50-50 balls into coverage is concerning. Did he catch that? Did he catch that? Look at Garrett Riley on the sideline. That motherfucker jumped like Michael Jordan in the air. If I tried to do that, I'd probably broke both my knees. I don't know. Did he catch that? He did catch that. That's a catch. That's a catch. They're reviewing it. That looked like a catch to me. Yeah, that's a hell of a catch too. When I saw that in real time, I thought it was incomplete, but that was definitely a catch. Brian Kelly's about to shit his depends over there. Ruling on the field incomplete. I don't know. His knee was not down when he caught it. This is an interesting call here. I think he caught it. In real time, it did not look like a catch, but in slow motion, it did. We'll see what they say here. I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn the call on the field, though, but that does look like a catch. Incomplete, they said. All right. So what's going to be, what's going to be? I don't know. That was close. They're going to say incomplete. What are you doing, Gato? What are you doing? My cat's acting crazy over here. All right, 1st and 10. From the 31, Klubnik's going to keep it and gets taken down immediately for a 1-yard gain. Yeah, it was a catch before it got ripped out. I agree. See, Klubnik's doing what Arch Manning today at Texas was scared to run the ball. Anytime the play broke down, he threw it away or threw it in a bad situation. Klubnik will actually run with the ball when it breaks down. 2nd down and 9, he throws it off his back foot down. He keeps throwing it into coverage. I don't like this. Who you... I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, he had a guy wide open downfield too, tight end. I don't know what Klubnik's doing. 3rd and 9 now. Whistle blown. Don't tell me this is a timeout. They're timeout happy. Doc, welcome to Amazing. What's up, Doc? Hey, what's up, Doc? Thank you, Doc, for supporting the channel. Appreciate you, brother. True Seminole said, hey, I didn't get a welcome. Well, welcome. How is it? What's up, Britt? How is it 3rd down? Well, it's 3rd down because they already exhausted 2 downs. That's how. How am I 45 years old? That's what I keep asking myself. So we're in the same boat. Yeah, join Pete's join. How far will Bama drop? I don't know. They're Bama, so they're probably, what were they, 8 today? Like, they'll like drop like 12 maybe. The real question is, how far will Florida State be ranked? That's the real question. Because I bet there's not a single person on ESPN or Fox Sports or any of these voters that had Florida State in their top 50. So where will Florida State be ranked? Do they go from 50 to ranked? Do they move up 25 spots? They should. Because preseason rankings are dog shit and pointless. We need to see these teams play before we start ranking them. I'm 44. I'll be 44 for another month. I identify as 45. Hell, I identify as 60. I feel 60. I feel 60. I'm not going to lie. Probably 16 to 20, and Florida State will be 15 to 20. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you got people like Paul Feinbaum out here voting on AP rankings. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. If it were up to Paul Feinbaum, there'd be every single SEC team, Missouri, Vanderbilt, they'd all be in the top 25. So you can't. You got to take these AP rankings with a grain of salt. These guys that have, I mean, they're completely biased. You would have put Florida State above Bama, right? Yeah, Florida State should be above Bama. They just beat it. There's only been one game, and they beat the shit out of them. So yeah, I would put Florida State ahead of Bama. I mean, who wouldn't? All right, 3rd and 9. Clemson from the 31. Klubnik rolls out to his right under pressure, throws it on the run into coverage, incomplete. So they're going to bring out the field goal team here, I think, for about a 50-yard field goal or so. Hauser. Let me warm up my kicking leg. I'm left-footed and left-handed, too. I don't even know if I can kick above my weight. This is how down bad I am. I can't even kick above my waist. That was above the waist that time. I'm starting to loosen up now. I'm starting to get up to my shoulder now. Let's go. All right, 48-yard field goal. And the kick is no good. He's better at kicking 60-yard field goals than he is at 48-yard field goals, apparently. It's tough to kick in skinny jeans. These aren't skinny jeans. What are you talking about? Bro, you know what? I should time you out for just even saying that. I should time you out just for saying that. The skinny jeans didn't even exist in my era. Mom jeans? Which one is it? Skinny jeans or mom jeans? I call these normal people jeans. Jeans that fit my old ass. All right, 1st and 10 after the missed field goal from the 31. Nussmeier hands the ball off. And he's taken down by the net. Flag down on the play, though. And the flag's against LSU. Holding. For anybody listening or watching, make sure you go check out Traveling Fool's channel after this game is over. He's going to be doing a college football recap show. Make sure you guys go check that out. Hey, Fools, if you want to post that in the chat, post a link to your channel. Most of these people probably know who you are, but if they don't and they want to know, post a link to your channel in the chat. 1st down and 20 after the penalty there. Nussmeier dumps it off. He's got room to run, and he is doing it. Somebody tackled this motherfucker across the 50, across the 40. And they tried to strip it. I don't know, a 35-yard gain there. First down and 10. LSU with a big, big play there. Wow. Is that the biggest play tonight by LSU? I think it is. Nussmeier on first and 10, throws it across the middle, caught for another first down. Good for 15 yards. First and 10. Bayou Tigers. Look down in the bayou.
Look
I still
down in
love
the
you,
bayou.
but I don't like you, bro.
I love you, but I don't like you, bro. First and 10 from the 26. Nussmeier throws it. What a catch! Incomplete, but what a call there. It was out of bounds, but that was a hell of a catch and an effort. Just wasn't in bounds. Clemson needs to, LSU's looking like they got something to show here. Was Brian Kelly right? I don't know. Let's see. Is his foot down? No, his foot. I'm trying to run, but my feet are failing me. His feet weren't down, but he missed that by about an inch. Second down and 10 from the 26. And they hand the ball off. He runs up the middle, is met by a wall of orange. Gets a couple. It's going to be third down. Third down and 6. It's a huge third down. Third down and 6. Third and 6, Nussmeier rolls out to his right. Looking downfield, throws it over the middle, caught down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be first and goal from the 5. LSU's trying to tie this thing up. This game's getting serious now. What's up, Ronaldo? Yeah, y'all make sure you hit that thumbs up. YouTube really cares, even if I don't. And I don't, but YouTube does. Come on, man. We got an injured Tiger down, Clemson Tiger, that is. I keep saying Tiger. I realize they're both Tigers. When I say Tiger, I mean Clemson. You just have to realize that. Who is that? Oh, that's Hannafin. Yeah, he looks like he's all right. Thank God. All right, first and goal from the 5 coming up for the Bayou Tigers. How about that? How about I call them the Bayou Tigers? When I say Tigers, I mean Clemson. If I say Bayou Tigers, I mean it's obvious who I'm talking about there.
Look down in the bayou.
First and goal. LSU's making a hell of a drive here. Ten minutes left in the third. 10-3. From the 5. Nussmeier under center. It's going to be a run play. And they do hand the ball off. And they get him immediately. No gain. Good penetration there by the Tigers. Number 5 birth certificate. He looks too old. You misspelled 2. That's your problem, not mine. Second down and goal.